Hello, hello, my friends. How are you today? We have some really fun stuff to talk about today, okay? And so I need you to go get a notebook and a pen and make sure that you are ready to go. We are going to talk about prospecting after I put my lip gloss on. My Savvy. Have you gotten the Maven lip gloss? Oh my gosh. I love this one. It's called Maven. It's so pretty. Hey, Bethany. I finally got my toes did this morning. Feels good. I can wear sandals if I want to, because don't be jealous, but here in Texas, it's like 82 today. So the sun is shining and the possibility of shorts is maybe going to happen soon. Hey, Danny, good morning or afternoon, depending on how you are taking your first day of the month. Yeah. That's funny. So, we're going to talk about some good stuff today, okay? And this is, I can almost guarantee you that this is going to be, oh, Bethany's teaching a Savvy class tonight. Woo! I'm excited for you. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to hear how it goes. All right, so this is going to be longer than 20 minutes. I can assure you that. Because I have a lot of good stuff to talk to you. But you have to know first that these things that I've learned, okay, about classes, prospecting in classes, have come literally from complete failure in my own life, okay? When I first started with Young Living, if you haven't heard this, and if you have, I'm sorry, you have to hear it again. I tried for 8 months, 6 to 8 months to work this business and could not get a single person to come to a class, okay? Even my Edwards family, who I'm sure love me, but did not give a crap about oils or Young Living. So I struggled big time. I didn't know what to do, how to do it. I had nobody to help me. None of our upline lives in this local area at all. My sister is in Alabama. She was my upline, but she signed up the exact same time I did. A lot of the people, Crossline and whatever, signed up the exact same time I did. And so here I was having these classes. I was trying to have classes. We didn't even know what they were called at the time. And we didn't know whether to call them a party or a class or a get-together or whatever. I had finally decided I was going to do a coffee chat, and I had something at my house on a Saturday morning at 10 a.m., and 2 friends came, and one signed up, and one bought a lavender, and I thought that I was like on the top of the world, because I had tried to have several classes before that nobody showed up to. That was my breakthrough in a class, and I got my very first sign up. And she is now a silver, and I am just honored that she's a part of our team. And so classes can be hard. They can be intimidating. They can be a big, huge blocker for us in our growth. They can, sometimes if you have an idea of what a MLM party or a class is, it can automatically make you think negative thoughts, or that it's salesy or whatever. And so I want to prep you right now for the rest of this talk that, first of all, Young Living is not like any other company in the world, okay? So no other MLM compares. No other thing you've ever done is like this. No product is like this. No comp plan is like this. No, nothing, okay, is like this. And 2, you are not selling anything. You are serving and loving people, okay? And so I want to talk to you first about prospecting, because no matter where you are, I don't care if you are just starting out or if you've been doing this thing right alongside me for 5 years, you are still prospecting. You have still got to be prospecting, okay? So sometimes we hear, I don't know if you guys have like really dug into being, into different trainings across the board with network marketing. You will hear different myths, okay? Like you have to know a lot of people in order to grow your business. That's a lie. Or you have to sign up a lot of people in order to be higher ranked. Not true either, okay? I have signed up about 40 some people in 5 years, which is like less than most diamonds. I mean, I've never met a diamond who has had that or equal to me. They're always much more than that. So that should be encouraging to you, that you don't have to know a lot of people. I did not walk into this business with this, giant group of network. I was a children's pastor in a very small church. I had just moved here a few years ago, and people that knew me already thought I was crazy because we were gluten-free. So I had like no friends, and nobody really, obviously nobody came to any of my classes, even though they said they were coming. My friends said that they were coming and didn't come more than once, okay? So talk about like wanting to crawl into a hole. I remember cleaning my house and sending my husband and my boys, and I had prepared this like make and take, and it was just going to be Epsom salt. I was super duper broke. I was using the only bottle of lavender that I had in my home for my own family, and I was going to share it just to get people there to hear what I had to say, and not one single person showed up. And I remember about 25 minutes after the class was supposed to start and nobody was there, and I had already had a lot of cancels, I called my husband and with holding back tears, and I said, go ahead and come home, because nobody showed up. And when he got home, I just lost it, and I was like, I am never doing this again. I do not ever want to have a class again. This is so embarrassing. People don't even like me. Nobody likes me. Nobody wants to hear what I have to say. Okay? And I literally went to bed that night thinking, okay, this isn't for me. This just isn't for me. I even told our Royal Crown Diamond upline, Monique McLean, this isn't for me. And she said, don't give up. And I was like, yeah, whatever, easy for you to say. She was already like platinum or something. And I was like, whatever. But I didn't give up. I actually, I couldn't let go of this burning desire that God had put in my heart. And I kept pushing, okay? And I kept asking God, what will you have me do next? Is there another thing you'll have me do? And when he would open a door, I would do it, okay? And that is a whole hour talk in itself. But I want to encourage you today that if you are having struggles with having classes, getting people together, educating people, you can overcome. You can. And guess what? If you have to overcome that, if that's an issue with you right now, you're going to need to do that before you move to the next phase of leadership, okay? So you've got to get through this. First of all, you need to prospect. Of course, we talk to our family and friends, look at all of our junk over here. People come over and they're like, ooh, all the oils, all the supplements. And we're like, yeah, you should sign up. And it's so easy, right? No. So this is what you need to do. You need to sit down and you need to have a couple of sheets of notebook paper, okay? Some of you have done this with, some of you I have not. If you went through our 20 Days of Inspiring Opportunity that Anna and I did for several months, you did this with us, hopefully. But we talked about it in there. Anna actually did. I'm going to talk to you about it right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to put 7 circles on this piece of paper. If you have a large group of people, if your organization not organization, your friend base is large, you're going to take up two. You know, let's face it. The blues out there, they have a lot of friends, okay? Everybody's their friend. My husband has friends everywhere. We can't go out to eat without him talking to 3 people he hasn't seen since high school. They're his friends. He'd write them on the paper, okay? Those of us who are complete introverts and reds and we're bossy and nobody really likes to hang out with us that much, okay, we might take up 1 paper, okay? But I'm going to show you what you need to have, okay? So you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. It's really as simple as that. Okay? Simple. Draw you some circles, okay? Draw circles. And then in each circle, I want you to write on the top of your circle, okay, your 7 circles of influence, a circle of influence that you have. So maybe you're going to start off with a real easy one, okay? Family. Family is 1, okay? Whether they like you or not, they have to deal with you, so they're in a circle of influence. The next one is going to be friends, okay? How about church? How about PTO? How about neighborhood watch? How about, I don't know, help me out here. Give me some ideas. Circles of influence would be maybe your crocheting group. Maybe if you've watched any of my other lives, you will know what I'm talking about with this. Maybe you have friends that also collect teapots and you get together and you wash your teapots with thieves cleaner and you talk about how amazing your teapots are. That's your circle of influence. Okay, mommy and me. Yeah, so like your mom groups, your gym. Yes, that's good. Homeschool groups. Yes. Okay, that's awesome, awesome, awesome. I have worked with several people who say, I only have 2, or I only have 3. Okay, you have more. Everybody knows like 2,500 people. So maybe in your brain, you're not thinking about those people all the time. Okay, fine. But you've got to get your brain to dig it up and write it down, okay? So you really, really need to, well, Sally, if that's a hobby, then go for it. That's your circle of influence. Write your names down. Okay, so then when you go, okay, I'm going to put church on this 3rd one. We're going to work on these 3, but you really need 7, okay? You really need 7. It is a proven fact somewhere in the statistics of friends that everybody has 7. So 7, work, that's 1, yes. So here's my 3, right? In your circles, you are going to write at least 15 to 25 names, okay? I don't care who they are. I don't care if it's your distant, freckled cousin that you haven't talked to in 10 years. Okay, if you are at number 14 and you need to write 1 more person down, write them down, okay? You need 15 to 25 each circle, okay? Push yourself. Push yourself. Do you want to really make this work? Do you want to really not have to wake up to an alarm in the morning? Do you want to really be able to pay all of your bills off and not have to worry about if you have enough money? Do you want to go on vacation? Do you want to go on your dream vacation? Do you want to retire your husband? Do you want those things? Okay, then let's bring it back to the basics. Who are you going to talk to? Okay, who are you going to share this life with? Right here. All right, 7 circles filled with names, okay? If you need help, this is in our files somewhere, but I can post the link. I'll find it and post the link. If you need help, there is a prospect jogger. Yes, if you want to retire yourself. You don't want to have to wake up to answering to somebody else, somebody paying you diddly squat for working hour per hour, okay? So, prospect jogger. So if you need help, this isn't like spread up into your circles, but it's literally going to help you come up with names for your circles. So there's like parent, grandparent, sibling, uncle, aunt, niece, best friend, okay? So, and then it goes down the line like dental hygienist, chiropractor, you know, and as you're going through this list, you can write on here, but I really suggest you transfer them in one of these 7 circles, okay? Everybody on here should be transferred over to your 7 circles, okay? So here's the deal. When you get over to like grocery store, community events, children's school events, okay? That could be like 5 names right there that you weren't even thinking of, okay? So these 2 things go well together. Sit down. You deserve it, okay? You deserve to take the time to make sure that you have what you need so you can get started on this, okay? All right, so once you have your prospects, and now you could have a circle that's like random, all right? That's what I have. I have this list in my phone that I have transferred to an Excel sheet that has names, email addresses, phone numbers, and notes like where I met them, what are their like thing that they need or want or whatever. And they're random people I have met. Like there's 2 ladies on that list that I met that worked the Diamond Days buffet at convention. And I still talk to them. Neither one of them signed up yet, but they're on my prospect list, okay? I still email them. They're still courteous enough to email me back. Okay, so I have this ongoing list of people that I meet, which we're going to talk about that in just a second, that I still continue to invite and whatever. So that could be a circle. It could just be random prospects, people that you run into, that you've shared oils with at Walmart, that you got their information and you put them in there, okay? So, which I'll just flow right into that, prospecting people you don't know. That is not something you have to do, okay? It's not like well, if you're not prospecting a ton of people outside of your, warm market, then you're just not going to be successful. That's not true. It's just not. But will it create in you a confidence? Yes. And let me tell you, if you're just spending 100 PV to make a paycheck and you're not living the Young Living lifestyle, then you're going to have a real hard time doing that anyway, okay? But if you are literally all in, all the stuff, you love Young Living, you have read Mary's book she wrote about Gary, you have been to the farm because you went to convention, you are just like, this is my thing. Young Living is not just a thing I do or a hobby that passes time, but this Young Living thing is my life, my family's life. This Gary Young guy, he was literally given this opportunity by God and has been passionate about serving people all around the world, and I am a part of something bigger. I am going to share it with everybody I know. Gary's mission is to get oils in every home in the world. If you adopt that mission, how can you stand next to somebody at Walmart who's sneezing or coughing and literally looks at you and goes, God, I've been sick for 2 weeks, and you not say anything? You can't not do that. You can't. Unless you just literally don't care and you're just not using them yourself. So make sure that you have, use your phone, okay? I use the notes on my phone. If I have something in my purse, I usually carry those little dram bottles, and then I always have my oils, okay? My purse is sitting right here. I always carry these oils with me. It makes my purse weigh about 52 pounds, but I don't ever leave home without these oils because I need them. Okay, and if one of my kids needs them, I don't want to be like, well, I left Jai's at home, so I guess you're going to be throwing up for the next 2 hours. No, I want to have that with me at all times, and there's even more in my purse than that. But I also carry those little dram bottles. They're in there too, but it'd take me a year to dig them out. And I put them in little plastic jewelry bags, okay, so that when I find somebody that is like coughing their head off, or I meet them for the first time, and I'm like, you know, I don't know if you think this is weird or not, but I have something I'd love to give you. I have this Young Living lavender, and we use it for this all the time, and I would love to just give you like 10 drops and see if it helps you. I have never had anybody tell me no, ever. Never. And so I give them this while I'm dropping I don't care where I am. I'll just move along to the side. Hey, go ahead, go in front of me and check out. I'm going to go over here. And I'll just go to the side and I'll say, okay, hold on. I know this might sound weird, but I'm just going to go over here and give you your drops. And I'll put the 10 drops in there while I'm talking to them. And I'll just say, you know, there's this thing called a carrier oil. You don't need it with lavender really. And I think maybe you should just put it here and here, and you can just smell it, and it'll really help you. It's helped us a lot. And do you mind if I get your number and maybe just text you tomorrow and see if it works? And if they're kind of weirded out about that, I'll say, well, let me friend you on Facebook right now, and I'll do that right then. Or I'll say, hey, can I get your email? Is like the last resort, and they'll say yeah, and I'll let them type it in to the notes on my phone. And only one time out of probably 30 times I have had somebody actually give me the wrong. It really stinks too, because she gave me her email. It was the only piece of information I had about her. I could not find her on Facebook, even though I searched her out. I met her when I was in the caverns in between Utah and Texas. I don't even know where we were. We were literally down thousands of feet or whatever it is in the caverns, and her girl was having an allergy attack, and I gave her oils, and it worked immediately. Oh, it was a horrible headache. That's what it was. And it worked immediately, and I got her information, and she put her email in wrong, and she was so confident that she was going to get oils, and I can't find her. So sometimes you plant the seed and other people water it and they get to harvest it. I hope she found somebody to get her some oils, because she was definitely a Young Living person waiting to happen. Anyway, so when you talk to people or you share your oils, give their information, okay? And then they go in one of those circles, okay? So prospecting. Always be doing it, all right? Use your prospect jogger. You can use this jogger over and over and over and over and over again. Print it, and it's front and back, and keep extra copies of it, because you can always go back and re-jog your memory and get really great results, okay? So your 7 circles of influence, that is your starting point, all right, for your entire organization, all right? 7 circles, 7 legs, okay? So as you are looking at your calendar for March, after you've done this, and you're looking at your dates that you are ready, that you can do some classes and you can help share some oils, you're going to sit down and you're going to go, all right, I'm going to do a family class. That's one of my circles. I'm going to do a family class. I'm going to invite everybody on this day, and those people are all going to go in the same leg, okay? And we're not talking about placement today, and we're not talking about how we're going to put people. That's a whole nother class. But that's going to be your family leg, all right? You put the person you want to bless the most at the top, and the person you can influence the most with their ER order at the top, and then you just build down from there with your Path to Diamond sheet, okay? Your second one is going to be, maybe it's your friend's leg, all right? You're going to have a class for your friends. And it could be at Starbucks. It could be at your house. It could be at one of your friends' houses. It could be whatever, okay? You're going to invite all those people on your list, and you're going to follow up with them, and you're going to make sure they get there, okay? And if they don't get there, then you're going to do another one until all of them get there and all of them sign up, okay? 7, that's your 7 circles. Those are your 7 legs. That's some work, okay? But for anybody who says, I don't know what to do and I don't know how to get people to classes, there you go, okay? There you go. Now here's some tips on what kind of classes. So obviously with your 7 circles, you're going to want to do 101s. If they've never heard about the oils before, you're going to want to do a 101. And then for your random prospects, you're going to want to do a 101 every month. So whether that be online or whether that be in person or both, you need to make sure you're educating people on the starter kit. How do you share the starter kit? You bring your starter kit and you just smell your oils and you talk about how they've changed your life. That's it. It's not hard. You don't have to have slides. You don't have to have pieces of paper. You don't have to have anything. All you have to have is your personal passion for your oils and your starter kit. That's it. That's it. If you've used all of your oils in your starter kit, maybe you've thrown your bottles away, maybe you had no idea that you were going to maybe share these things, buy another starter kit. It's $150. Best investment you'll ever make, because you can take that $150 and you can turn around and you can sell 20 more kits and make $50 a pop, okay? But when people can see it in real life and they're like, wow, and they smell the oils and they're like, that lavender isn't like the lavender that I had from Walmart, and you're like, yeah, because it's amazing, because it's Young Living, they're going to buy it, right? So it's easy. You can also, I'm going to write this down because I'm going to put it in the thing in a minute when I get off of here. I'm going to put some links in there. There is a KISSed presentation that Sarah Johnson did. Now, her kit isn't the same as what our new kit's going to be, but she literally just goes through in about 30 minutes and tells you how to do a very simple class. How do you just open up your kit and you just share it, okay? And then you say, are you ready to sign up? And if they say yes, you say, okay, let's do it right now. If they say no, you say, well, why? And then when they tell you why, you say, okay, and then you fill the need, okay? So is that maybe you call them back in a week so that they can sign up when they get paid? Is it maybe they need a little bit more education? So what do they need? Is it maybe they're skeptical? What do they need? Okay, so whatever it is that they tell you, you fill that need so that they can get closer to getting their kit, right? Okay, so kinds of classes. If you are doing a 201 class, maybe you have some members in your organization and maybe they're not on ER, maybe they're not ordering, maybe they are and they just need that community and they need to learn a little bit more. Did you know that Young Living has like 400 oils and like 400 other products? Like we have like almost 1,000 products for everyday everything. You could literally cut that in, you could teach on 3 products a day for an entire year and probably still not know everything about everything that Young Living has to offer. So figure out what you're passionate about. A lot of times I like to go around like the next holiday. Okay, so like St. Patrick's Day is coming up, so I might do a class where I make everything's real green, and I say things like be lucky and come to Kim's 101 class. Maybe I, get some, I don't know, maybe I'm going to do a DIY with all the green oils. Maybe we're just going to use green oils for our class, or whatever. Get creative and have fun with it and find out what people are going to be interested in being a part of, okay? So, but make it duplicatable. Don't ever go way out. Adam Green, I had the amazing opportunity 2 conventions ago as a platinum to sit up in the, I can't remember what it's called. It's like the little balcony area of an arena, or not, I don't know if it's arena. It was at the Vivid Center. April Pointer invited Booker and I to sit up in the little, what is that thing called? It's like a little box or whatever. And we could watch the concert and the convention from there. And Adam Green was up there. A lot of amazing people were up there. I got the opportunity to meet. And Adam Green was up there. And I was not going to sit there and ask him like all these questions, but other people were. And so I overheard him. I was just standing in the circle, kind of, and I overheard him talking. And the lady said, "What is your best tip for having a successful class?" And do you know what his answer was? To not clean your house. He said the worst thing you can do is to clean your house spotless before all of your friends come over. And when they come over, they will feel like they can never do what you are doing. And you lose people. So the best thing to do is not clean your house, per Adam Green, and make it so simple and be respectful of time and short and sweet and share your story. Stories sell, facts tell. Okay, a lot of people are not very green, and if they are, they can go figure out the information themselves because we have tons of research. Of course, that's coming from a non-green person. So if you're green, you're probably like, that's not true. I need the facts. I need all the science, but most people don't. Okay, so the kinds of class, you could do all kinds of classes. Just get real creative with it, all right? So how many classes should you do? So you're in this because why? We're doing the Rank Up Rally, all right? We're trying to really rank up. We're pushing it, okay? We're taking this time to blitz our business. We're taking this opportunity of a month where there is normally a lot of growth, and we are taking it a step further and going, I'm pushing. I'm pushing myself. I'm motivating my team to push. I want to see people successful and blessed. And so in doing that, we're gonna go for it, okay? So maybe you normally do 1 or 2 classes. Maybe you don't do any classes. Maybe you haven't done a class yet, or maybe you've been doing your average 4 to 6. Whatever you've been doing, you need to step it up. Guess who else is stepping it up? Yours truly. Guess who else is doing 101s? Prospecting. Guess who else is doing 201s and getting with our organization and asking those smaller legs, let's do some classes together. So I'm not just preaching this to you and telling you, you need to do this, you need to do this. I am probably doing more because more than my team is, because I know that my team's going to follow what I do, okay? And that's the same for you. If you're going to do 2 classes a month, your team's going to do 1 or 0. If you're doing 8 classes a month, your team's going to do 4 or 5, okay? If you're doing 6 classes, Jamie has 6 on the books. Her team and those people that are following her, they're probably going to do 2 or 3, okay? Maybe 4. Maybe she'll have a leader in there that's like, heck yeah, I'm going to do 5 or 6. But I'm telling you right now, your team always does about 5% less of what you are actually doing. Not what you're saying, what you're doing. So if you want to move forward fast, you want to quit your job faster, you want to bring your husband home faster, you want to pay off that debt faster, you want to be able to take this summer and not have to go into work every day, but go to the pool every day, then you need to use this time, March, April, May, and pump it up. Take it a step up or 5, depending on where you are, okay? Believe me, I know. Because if you watched my video in my robe from 3 years ago, I did it. And I'm still doing it now. Okay, so classes are huge. I have had months where I've done 28 or more classes. Okay, I would do a class every single day if I had the opportunity. When I moved to the next rank, I never moved to the next rank not doing classes. I never moved to the next rank, silver, gold, platinum, and especially diamond, without doing at least 15 to 20 classes. Okay, that's online, that's in person, that's 101s, that's as many as I could, like literally digging in as hard as I could to reach the next level. Because the only way that you're going to grow your team is by signing people up, getting enrollments, and building people to do the exact same thing. Those 3 things. It's got to start with the classes, though, and you have to be willing to do it, okay? So there's no excuse that you don't have the people, because everybody knows 2,500 people, right? If you don't know how to do the class, there are scripts. There are slides that are real easy. Click, and there are your kit. You just open it. Here's the oils. I love them. And go through each one and sign them up. Easy. Easy. Your upline will help you. And there's tons of resources, okay? So there's absolutely no excuse not to do at least 7 classes, right? At least 7 a month while you're working through your 7 circles of influence, okay? Here's the thing. When I was working toward gold, which is an average of about $3,000 to $5,000 a month, which is what I knew I needed in the next step phase, okay, in my career with Young Living, I knew I needed that in order to be able to quit my jobs, okay? I had lots of jobs. I cleaned houses and I babysat kids full time, and my husband was gone working a lot, and I also children's pastored. And I wanted to quit doing those things. I wanted to quit scrubbing other people's toilets. I wanted to quit having to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to welcome a child or 2 into my home that was sick all the time. The parents were hard to deal with. I was wiping other people's noses. I was busy all the time, and I wasn't even able to focus on my own kids or my own family, okay? I was done. And I saw Young Living as an opportunity, and obviously I had a rough start. But when I was working toward gold, I was doing classes. I was staying up. I was following up with people nonstop. You couldn't get me to go to sleep or watch TV. You couldn't get me to sit down and watch a movie. Heck no, because I've got stuff to do. I've got to make sure that this stuff happens, because if I drop the ball at this point, I'm not going to reach my goal. My goal was to be able to retire from all those jobs when school was over, okay? So at the end of May, so that these teachers I was babysitting for, I could let it go easily, and it wasn't going to be, a conflict, and I wasn't letting, just leaving them hang. Well, I hit gold in April. So I still had to do all that stuff until May. But how amazing, just picture how good it feels when you've reached that goal and you can let some of the hecticness go and you can do what you truly love, okay? It can happen for you, but there's a lot of sacrifice in the process of it. I love what Zig Ziglar says about priming the well, okay? He talks about in the beginning of network marketing, in the beginning of your business, and I'm talking one company that you love, not 5, not 2, I'm talking 1, Young Living, and you are working it, and you are talking to people, and you are prospecting, and you are teaching classes, and you are following up, and you are doing all these things, and you are pumping that well, okay? You are priming, they call it priming the well, and nothing is coming out. You are sweating and you are working and you're probably putting some money into it, and nothing is coming out. It's just nothing. You're seeing nothing, okay? But you're working really hard. Before you know it, though, you are priming that well. Water is going to start to flow, okay? And depending on how deep that well is will depend on how long it really takes for that water to start flowing. But once it flows, once you start seeing that water come pouring out, you can slow down, right? You don't have to go as hard or as fast. You can slow down your pumping, you can fill all the buckets, and sometimes you can even take a good, nice break, all right? A vacation without internet, or, go on your dream vacation and not have to worry about it, and take that break from working it. Okay, but you've got to prime the well first before you can get any of that reward. And that's what builds your personal growth too, and your patience. It makes you an amazing leader at the end of it. All right, which, is there an end of it? I don't know, because none of us have really arrived. But as you grow, you become a better leader because of all that perseverance and that overcoming as you are growing and priming that well, okay? So, your 7 circles of influence, duplication and how many classes are you going to do, okay? You need to know that before the month comes. You should be looking at your March and April already and really digging in. The fourth thing, third thing, okay, transfer forms. There's lots of great, amazing things that you can incorporate into your classes to bring people in and to educate them. Transfer forms, okay, I will put a link to that. Online pre-class posts, share all about how much the kit costs, what's in the kit, how it's changed your life. Don't keep people surprised. Like, say it in the beginning. You have nothing to be ashamed of. Let people know right off the bat, and your class is going to be so much more successful for that, okay? And some of those things you learn along the way, like, you don't really know that you need to do that until maybe it stunk or if you had kind of a hashtag fail, and then you're like, I should have done that. And the more classes you do, the better you'll get at prepping your class. Let's see what you do before class makes your class, which I think I already said that. You can do events on Facebook. You can do them for in-person or online. You can print them. You can make just like a 5x7 photo card and get them printed. You can pick them up same day. They come with envelopes. You can do it from Walmart or Walgreens. A lot of times they'll have like a coupon code you could use. I do that too. I also do that to reach out to people that I don't know personally that are in my organization that live in my local area that I want to come to my classes so I can help build their leg. And then one thing I really, really want to focus on is because I don't want to go into the whole scripts and all that stuff because we have so many resources for that. If you are curious, you will find it. So you can just ask your Upline Silver, you can ask me, you can search all the groups, okay? There's so much stuff. But I want to talk about follow-up because follow-up is like your fortune of the company. Your follow-up is what makes you, okay? It makes your team. Your connections with prospects, with people who come to your class, with people who don't come to your class, with people who, are potential business builders, with people who want to host a class, your connections in your follow-up with those people is what makes your business. If you're not spending time on your phone, your laptop, your desktop, whatever, and contacting people, whether it be texting, calling, using Project Broadcast, emailing people, sending them cards, if you're not spending a good chunk of the portion of the time that you work your business per day on that, you will not succeed. You won't. You just won't. If you are not talking to people, following up with people, and perfecting how to serve and love people through the process, then you're not going to grow. You're just not. There's no way. This is all about relationships. Your integrity and the way that people trust your word is huge. If you say you're going to do something, do it. If you say you're going to have a class, have it. Whether nobody's coming or not, be there. Okay, take a selfie. Hey, improve it on Facebook. I came, you guys missed out. And then follow up with all the people, okay? So follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. There is calls on follow up. There are Oily Team Tuesday calls on follow up. There are audio, there are videos on how to follow up. You can search them in this group. There are tons and tons of follow up. But if you are not following up, you are not growing. That's right. Never, ever, ever, ever cancel a class. Don't ever cancel a class. God gave you that opportunity. You put it on your calendar. You are never wasting your time. All of your efforts that you put toward a class will always be blessed. Always, as long as you follow through. Okay? Never cancel a class. So follow-ups are huge, and there's lots of information about how to follow up. Perfect it. Be a professional of it. Okay, I was not good at it when I started, but I realized how important it was, and I realized every time I followed up with somebody, I created more success in my organization. And so I realize now, even the last few days of the month as a diamond, all I'm doing is following up. All I'm doing is talking to people and following up and following up and following up, okay? There's lots of ways you can do it. There's lots of ways you can stay organized in doing it. If you're very green, maybe you need to have like a spreadsheet and all this stuff. I just have a crazy notebook with a bunch of names on it and some tabs. And I just talk to people nonstop, okay? And that's how you do it. Open up your VO and follow up every day. All right, number 4 is events. So we're talking about classes and we're talking about getting people together. A great way to get your people fired up is to go to a rally or an event. There's so many offered to you, okay? There's Beauty School, which is actually like this weekend, with that Young Living puts on in Dallas. There's Amanda Lehman is hosting her 2nd annual Pathway to Freedom event with some amazing speakers. Tomorrow is the last day to get your tickets, early bird tickets. It's in Lumberton, I believe. If someone would post the ticket link in here, that would be so amazing, and I would love you forever. And I just bought 2 tickets for myself and Booker. We went last year. It was amazing. It's a great way to educate yourself. It's a great way to get your team fired up about being healthy. They're going to have Zydos there, like the Zydo Balance thing, which is like the extra special awesome Zydo. They're going to have a Ningxia bar. I mean, lunch is provided. It's an amazing event. It's a great way to rally with your organization, okay? We also have 4 rallies a year, all right? If you are not maybe your upline isn't having a rally, then get with a diamond near you rally. A lot of diamonds, platinums, they do the bigger events. You can buy the tickets. You can search them from the Young Living website, or you can just ask on Facebook and people will give you the links. Hey, sometimes they're $5, sometimes they're $55, but they're amazing and they're worth it. If they're Young Living sponsored, there'll be product there that you don't have to pay for shipping. They announce all the new fun stuff that's coming out, and if they're Young Living sponsored, the stuff is there. Thank you, Danny. I knew I could count on you. So get to an event. Be looking forward to the next big event that's coming up. If you haven't seen one, then look for one and put it on your calendar, okay? The next Young Living Rally is April 7th, and the Pathway to Freedom that Amanda is hosting and putting on with her team is April 14th. So perfect time coming up. You hustle your hiney in March to rank up and rank up all the people you can in your organization, and then go and celebrate at those events. It's a perfect time, okay? And they're all over, and a lot of them pop up, right about, a couple weeks beforehand. So if you haven't found one yet, don't lose hope, okay? I am not hosting a rally this time. We have done 4, okay? Booker and I have, and our Empowerment Council, amazing Empowerment Council team has put on 4 awesome, huge, great big rallies. But my husband my brother, my only brother, who is younger than my sister and I, decided that he was going to get married on April 7th. And I said, well, I'm sorry, Matt, but don't you know that is rally day? You can't get married on rally day. Hello. And he said, I don't care. That's when I'm getting married. And so I am subject to going up north, which I'm looking forward to watch my brother marry his beautiful bride, Ashley, and that is on rally day. And so I have coupled up with and teamed up with a couple of other diamonds that are crossline me, and they got Lindsay Elmore to the rally, but I will not be there, and they already sold out. So there will be other rallies, though. I know some of our leaders are doing some on Friday nights. just to rally like their personal teams together. And if they want to open those up to some others, that would be so awesome and so fun. But there are literally rallies everywhere. So if you need to drive an hour or two to get to a rally and share a cheap hotel with some girls, do it. It's so worth it. It's so worth it. And it really does empower your team and give the inspiration they need and the motivation they need to move forward in the next, quarter of the year. And so we will do locally another big rally, Booker and I, in the summer right after convention. We will recap all of the convention items and things like that. And so you can be looking forward to the summer rally being local here. But for those of you that aren't local, I promise you there's a rally somewhere around you. And if there isn't one, you can host one yourself. You can even do it straight in your own home with your TV or your computer. And it is so, so, so easy and so fun. Plus you get all the good, new information before everybody else. So that's a plus. I'd do it just for that. If I didn't have a rally near me, I'd be like, hey, sign me up because I want to know about the stuff. So events are big. And here's the big thing about events, okay? For you as a leader, if you do not find the value in going, your team is not going to find the value in going. They're not. They just aren't. They won't. They'll say, well, so-and-so's not going, and so I guess it's not that big of a deal. Or if you start saying things like, well, I just can't go, that's too expensive. Or I don't know if I can because I have to find a sitter. And so, but if you have the attitude of, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to get an extra enrollment this month. I'm going to work on my prospect list a little bit more this month so that I can pay for the ticket to go. Or I can pay for the gas to go. Or I can split the hotel room so I can go. Okay? There are people that drive hours to go to an event just so they can be around other like-minded people. I was one of them. I had to drive to Alabama to go to anything Young Living. Of course, my family was there, so it was an extra bonus, but I literally made extra trips to Alabama, 10 hours away, just so I could be around other Young Living people because I couldn't even get one person to come to my class, okay? So be desperate for that knowledge. Be desperate for getting your people there because it is going to pay off. There are great rewards in that, okay? So, classes. How many classes do you have on your calendar for March? All right, how many classes? If you have one or two and you want to rank up this month, I urge you to consider tripling that number. I would love to see you doing more than just a few or one, okay? It is detrimental to your growth to do at least 1 to 2 classes a week, okay? If you want to grow and you want to move up in rank, 2 or 3 or 4, all right? Wherever you can fit them in. Get them in where you can fit them in, okay? Class shouldn't take more than 45 minutes anyway, all right? And so if you're respectful of time, boom, 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 you get it done, you sign them up. Thank you. I will be back in touch. I've got another class tomorrow. All right? Okay, I hope that was helpful. Ask me all the questions. I will post all the links that I can. And you know what I want you to do? I want you to tell me how many classes are on your calendar for March. I want to see it. I want to see the number, okay? And even if you're embarrassed, all right, if it's a 0 or it's a 1, I want you to tell me how many you're going to work on today, filling your calendar today. Because you know what Eric Worre said? He said, show me your calendar and I will show you your success. There you go. All right. I love you guys. Have an amazing March 1st. All of the new things. Share it with your teams. Get your new kit so you can share it in your classes. I love you so much, and I will talk to you soon.